बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आपको पाकिस्तान फॉरेन पॉलिसी चैप्टर नंबर 2 में खुश आमदीद। आज हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं चैप्टर नंबर 2 का पार्ट 1 होगा आज फॉरेन पॉलिसी बिगनिंग। Pakistan emerged onto the world stage on 14 August 1947 after a two-pronged struggle. First for independence from colonial rule and secondary freedom for the people of Muslim majority area from the looming threat of economic, social, and political domination by another people manifestly dismissive of their urge to preserve their separate identity. Neither British nostalgia for maintaining the unity of the Jewess and the crown, or the ambition of the Indian National Congress to step into the shoes of the departing colonial power conformed to the imperatives of the dying area of self-determination and self-rule. The Muslim League had to wage a long and at times bitter political battle, but issue was ultimately resolved through agreement. The British and the Congress leaders considered the League's demand for the creation of two independent states to secure the Indian Empire. Pakistan came into existence through the explicit exercise of the right of self-determination. The people of Muslim majority parts of British India voted directly in referend, referen- referenda or through their elected representatives to join the new state. The foreign policy of Pakistan was being molded in the crucible of interaction with its neighbor, India, but it was ambitious from the start with the idealistic vision of the state's founding father Quaid-e-Azam. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the first head of the new state, was a man ideals and integrity, committed to the principles of peace with faith and confidence in human capacity to resolve differences through the application of logic and law. Another exemplar was Liaquat Ali Khan, a barrister who became Secretary General of the Muslim League in the 1930s, the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. He believed, like Jinnah, that Pakistan should be a progressive, democratic polity founded on Islamic principles of social welfare, religious tolerance, and the equal rights of all citizens. The first foreign minister, Zafrullah Khan, was a jurist of repute, right of all cities. The first foreign minister report and throughout his tenure should to promote the resolution of international dispute in conformity with their principles of the United Nations Charter. The nation's mentors were dedicated practical men with implicit faith in the Muslim community's capacity of stagnation and build a better future. An early titan was Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Khan, who believed in the acquisition of education in its modern sense to promote equal and proportionation progress for all people. Muhammad Iqbal, a humanist scholar with profound insight into Islamic as well as Western history and philosophy, rejected the concept of predestination and advocated constant human striving to shape a better destiny for mankind. His inspiring poetry, widely read in the early 20th century, sought to inculcate the spirit of dynamics in society, holding out the vision of Islam as a progressive faith. Iqbal argued in favor of revival and the active use of the Islamic doctrine of ijtihad as a means of adaptation of temporal laws of resolve the social dilemmas arising from progress in science and industry. The fourth father vision. In the 1 year he lived after the establishment of Pakistan, Jinnah had laid the foundations of so many institutions and proclaimed principles of enduring value in so many diverse affairs of state, ranging from administrative, physical, and economic to constitution making and formulation of foreign policy. That people marvel at his genius as well as feel more actually actually the sense of loss at the all to believe time providence allowed him to guide the new state. Manifest in the views Jinnah articulated is a modern intellect with a firm commitment to fundamental principles indispensable for the maintenance and promotion of international peace, progress, and prosperity of humankind, illustrated in the following excerpts from his speeches. There lies front of us a new chapter, and it will be our endeavor to create and maintain goodwill and friendship with Britain and our neighborly domain, Hindustan along with other sisterly nations so that we all together may make our greatest contribution to the peace and prosperity of the world. Our foreign policy is one of front lines and goodwill to get towards all the nations of the world. We do not cherish aggressive design against any country or nation. We believe in the principle of honesty and fair play in national and international dealing and are prepared to make the utmost contribution to the promotion of peace and prosperity among the nations of the world. Pakistan will never be found lacking in extending its material and moral support to the oppressed and suppressed people of the world and in upholding the principles of the United Nations Charter. There is nothing that we desire more ardently than to live in peace and let others live in peace, and develop our country according to our own light without outside interference, and improve the lot of common man. Jinnah concept of Pakistan as a Muslim, liberal, democratic and modern nation state naturally predisposed him in favor of close relations with democratic countries. During the Second World War, the Muslim League decided under his leadership to support the Allies against the fascist power. Jinnah paid special tribute to the United States as having acted as a beacon of light and had in no small measure served to give inspiration to nations who, like us, were striving for independence and freedom from the shackles of foreign rule. Equally warm were his wants for the French ideals of liberty, fraternity and equality. यहाँ पे हमारा पहला पार्ट ख़त्म होता है चैप्टर नंबर 2 का। इंशाल्लाह मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट पार्ट में। खुदा हाफिज़।